Because by season 9, or episode 9, it was April 7th for last year.
Oh, okay.
We started this year February 16th. Last year this time we started at February 3rd. Muy interesante. Which means I'm hungry.
We look up real quick. Okay. All right, we're live there. This one I'm gonna start. Boom. Okay, we're starting.
So you may get a timer up. Easy to find. Thank you for joining us live. This has to be exciting for those that watch live.
No people that watch.
Yeah, but again, we did have like 22 people listen or watch it live.
It was weird.
It was weird. So they might be, I don't want them to be bored. They gotta have something. We promise there'll be nudity later.
I don't promise that. Sorry.
So they might be, I don't want them to be bored. They gotta have something. Okay. So you got a timer handy?
Nope.
Okay.
But I will.
Okay. And okay. Yep. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Timer.
There we go.
Oh,
Get your name and do that. Okay. All right. You ready?
Sure, I'm ready. Testing. Oh wait.
Oh, I think we were testing. One more test.
No,
One more test.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know anymore.
Here we go. Welcome to the show. It's two guys, two things.
Yeah.
This is the show where we take two semi-trendy topics,
Very semi.
discuss them
Right.
for like 15 minutes. It might feel like an hour, maybe 3.
It for sure feels a lot longer than it is.
Should we do? There's a lot of podcasts that do like marathon length, like 3 hours for one podcast.
Like a Joe Rogan does that, and then like I think 2 bears, 1 cave is like 2.5 hours.
It's bears in a cave talking?
Literally bears in a cave.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds cool for 2 hours. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing for us?
Go 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Man, I think the floor is very low, but the ceiling's very high.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so meaning like if it's good, like on like the 1 out of every 100 we do, it could be like a super fun, entertaining 2.5 hours.
Jeez.
The ceiling's high, but man, oh man, the floor is very low. Like it could just be the worst time
I
ever.
think it's good to have a podcast you could fall asleep to and then like wake up like, what? Oh, did I miss anything?
Like sure didn't.
Oh no.
What they talk about? Nothing.
I could just keep sleeping.
No, we could do.
That's the podcast we should do. We should aim to be the podcast that you could fall asleep to
Oh, we should do
and wake up.
No, but literally like live, like do from like 10 o'clock at night, like an 8-hour marathon.
Oh yeah.
It'd just be live for those 8 hours.
So no matter where you are in the world, maybe
Yeah.
we could at some point.
That would be super fun. And just have a couple bullet points maybe. But like try to go for the 8 hours. And sometimes it will be, we won't record it here, but we'll record it live. Sometimes it will be no one on the screen because we're going to the bathroom or whatever. Sometimes we're sitting here watching YouTube videos, like checking things out. We should try one marathon.
Okay, we'll make it it'll be our big fundraiser.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There we go.
I like it. Okay.
So thanks for joining us. So that what we do on this show, also to decide who gets to tell their story first, we have to go with This Week in Kanye. And of course how that works is if there's no news on Kanye, then
crap.
I get to tell my story first. If there is news on Kanye, then you get to tell your story first. So
Those are all the rules that I just remembered right now.
yeah, but is there anything going on with Kanye? Do I finally get to tell my story first?
I mean, sure. Why not? The latest. What counts as news?
You tell me, man.
Well,
I'm not going to fact check you, so it's fine.
I will say that Kanye West, and it says wife. Is he married?
Yeah, he's married again.
Is that's news to me?
Oh, is it news to you? No,
Bianca Sensori?
Yeah,
I don't know either, right?
Yeah.
So for one, that's very big news. I did not know he was.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
How long?
It's been a minute.
How long?
Maybe 2 minutes.
How long ago? Like months now?
Yeah, months.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, they went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's in the news. His wife.
Well, say no more, man. I mean, that's big news.
Yeah, the second part about that is he didn't get a cheesecake. He didn't realize they made cheesecakes at the Cheesecake Factory.
Is that allowed? Can you go to the Cheesecake Factory and not order cheesecake?
So the thing is, man, I think that should be all you should be able to.
The only thing.
When's the last time you went to the Cheesecake Factory?
When I was a vegetarian.
Yeah, and their menu is as thick as an encyclopedia.
Is it really?
It is.
It's as thick as a cheesecake.
Minimum 20 pages.
Oh no!
And they have everything. And I've heard stories where there's not even stoves there. Just they stick their food in the commercial microwaves and heat it up and bring it out to the
okay
the table. And it's just you can't only get cheesecake there. Did you remember liking cheesecake?
I did. There are some pretty good vegan.
There are now for sure.
I remember when the Cheesecake Factory in Sacramento opened up,
mm-hmm.
and I was like,
it was like a big deal. Actually.
It was a big deal, but I was a server busser at the time, and I tried to apply to get the job. The line outside to apply.
Yep.
It was. They held it at the Marriott.
Right.
It was at Madison, maybe.
Yeah, one of those.
Around the block.
Yeah, well, I guess I imagine just by sheer volume, your tips are pretty good there.
Yeah.
But it's it's been a long time. I was probably in my 20s the last time I ate there, probably.
Yeah.
And even then, I was like, this food is shit. The cheesecake was good though.
Oh well, I hope so. Yeah. That would be a shame, right?
Yeah. The cheesecake was good.
The cheesecake
but the food
good.
is you don't even understand what's going on when you're reading the menu. You kind of shrimp scampi, beef tacos, and and then just regular
chow mein.
Yeah, it's what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the server had to come back 4 or 5 times. Oh, you guys ready yet? No, I'm halfway through the book. I haven't read it all yet. As far as the menu, it's bananas.
Wow. Does it have like a plane that travels like an Indiana Jones movie, the map?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to India cuisine.
Yeah, it's you can get anything there, and it takes forever to read. But anyway,
it'd be cool if they actually brought in someone from that country for each type of the food.
Right.
Oh, you're thinking Indian? Let me get the guy from India. Hold on.
It's like Epcot.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. All right, Chris. So yeah.
Anyway,
Kanye's married.
So and he went and didn't know they served cheesecake.
Didn't know that. Which is weird because it's in the.
Well, he didn't understand.
The name of the restaurant.
He thought it was ironic.
I would go there then.
Oh my god, if it was a cheesecake factory but it was Chinese food, I would eat there all the time. Good for you guys. I would applaud that.
I come here for the gym.
This is funny. Yeah, I would 100% go.
Yeah, that would be actually awesome. Yeah. I would love that.
Well, now you can start a new restaurant.
I can't do that because that's taken, so we need something else.
Real quick, I have a question for you. So me and Jessie went to Oxnard for her 40th birthday, you know what I mean? Just hang out and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what that place is.
It's just like a beach town.
Say it again.
Oxnard.
Yeah, it sounds like you're almost like you're saying a college town.
Oh, Oxnard. I bet that's.
It's like where the nerds go.
Yeah, but it's
for college.
It's just a small beach town.
Oxnard. Okay.
Like Pismo.
All right.
But I came up with an ingenious business there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I should say it on here. People are gonna take it. This is TM, guys. TM. She thought it was stupid and it wouldn't work. But I want your opinion.
Okay.
We can cut it out. This is long. All right.
Don't be told.
So here's how it came about.
Okay.
So we were talking about
backstory to this. Jesus Christ!
All right. You gotta know how it came about.
Do I?
To make it make sense.
All right.
So we were talking about all the things we have in our.
Again, this is the podcast you fall asleep
to. This will be part of our 8-hour marathon. So we were talking about all the things we have in our cabinets that we don't use, different serving platters and pictures, like, oh, we got a margarita picture. Like, we're not gonna make a picture of margarita ever. Like, for parties, and
sure.
or like we don't have people over, or enough people to, you know what I mean, or like whatever. So I said, becoming an adult is gathering a bunch of stuff that you'll only use once. Like, oh, we don't have people over, we gotta get this and this, because you don't just have that stuff normally. Then you end up just having a bunch of shit. So I was thinking of like almost like a consignment, but like a rental business. So it's not a party rental, because that's like the party store. Like not a party rental.
Okay.
But home decor / a gathering get together rental. So like you want to have a Mexican themed party, and you don't have a margarita pitcher when you make all those margaritas you're going to make for that day, but you're also never going to use that margarita pitcher again. So you don't spend $30 on a set.
Okay.
Give us 9, right? And then here's your margarita pitcher.
Okay.
And if it's a serving platter, if it's certain type of glasses.
Sure.
So it's a rental. You come to us. And we supply you for that themed party you want to do.
Okay.
And not decorations.
Right.
That's not what we're doing here.
Sure.
Because it's not a birthday.
Would it just be you only, or would it be like a thing where it's like anyone that's in this neighborhood can share with other people and share?
No, it's you come to me.
Oh, okay. Because I can see it being a cool network.
Right now, I need it's almost like those cities that you just leave your bike when you're done with it, and someone picks it up and goes.
Right.
No, then it's not a business.
Well, someone makes money on those bikes.
But no rental business.
I mean, no, it's you need a bigger house to store it. In the meantime, when it's not being rented out.
No, right. I mean, we get a little storefront, or we.
Oh, you have a storefront.
Yeah, well, yes. You come in and look and be like, oh.
That's expensive.
Or,
you don't have the overhead for that.
Then fine, we inventory to take pictures of it and rent out a storage unit, and then we send it out when they go online and rent it.
All right.
And because you don't want your cabinets full of shit memories.
Go all in. Go all in on this.
So you don't like it either?
So you know what I mean? No, I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just
There's not a need for it.
The way that our podcast is going, maybe it's a good idea. Maybe we can rent these out, these microphones, and our Focusrite. What do you think? A microphone that doesn't work, that's why we have 3 microphones. We have 3 microphones. And someone commented on one of the videos, why do you have microphones if you don't even use them?
Yeah, we're at a press conference.
Let me keep
this is after the
Chris,
game.
that was a really long intro.
All right, so
you're complaining about how long it takes.
So well, just do the intro again, and then we'll cut that part out.
What's your story? Put the 15 minutes on the clock. Here we go.
All right, Okay, 15 minutes on the clock.
Okay, what's your story about?
All right, so we are going to talk about Ed Sheeran and Marvin Gaye, or the estate of Marvin Gaye.
Are they related?
Ed Sheeran and Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They're not related?
I doubt it. I don't think so.
They could be brothers.
They could be, but they're not. So, Ed Sheeran got sued for plagiarism. The estate of Marvin Gaye and Marvin Gaye's songwriting partner estate is suing him for plagiarizing the song "Let's Get It On."
Okay.
Right. So
classic song.
Marvin Gaye's song "Let's Get It On."
Have you ever got it on to "Let's Get It On"?
I have not.
Neither have I, and I know I wouldn't attempt it because it's such a
there's so much pressure, right?
Exactly, because you can't live up to that song.
Yeah,
the song is gonna be way better.
Yeah, I'm not like a music guy, right? When that gives you think like, oh, I'm put on some D'Angelo, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's just like
I can't live up to it.
I've never, you're not a thing, right?
I need something like
a lot of pressure.
I need like something silly. Because then I think, okay,
something silly. Weird Al Polka, you're just like.
Because then it won't disappoint. I think it'll be better. Hopefully, maybe it won't be
better than the song.
Maybe.
Well, it might be true. I don't
have the hubris to.
Right. I'm not that type of guy.
To get it on, but let's get it on. I can't.
No, I mean, and then also, isn't that a little cliche?
It is, but if you can pull it off.
No, it's almost like, I don't know. It's almost like a joke.
Okay, but if you're going to like a big dance and also when Billie Jean starts playing and you go to the dance floor you're gonna oh, you better know how to dance now.
Well, you better know how to do the moonwalk.
Oh yeah, sure.
Or else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did. They didn't play. They did play Billie Jean, and then they played Beat It. They played Beat It. I'll tell you who in a second. I realized I started that story by saying they.
Okay.
They played Beat It and I think Canned Heat, right, from Napoleon Dynamite. That song that he dances to, is it Canned Heat?
Oof, I don't remember.
at the very end when he does this.
Yeah, I know better.
So this past year at the state fair, I got hypnotized.
Okay.
And this lady really liked me. It was, and then at the end, my thing was to like dance to that Napoleon Dynamite song. And then so like I was.
Is it Jamiroquai?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Jamiroquai, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was so funny. I don't know if you've ever been hypnotized before.
No.
It's weird because you know the whole time like exactly what's going on. You know what you're doing. You know what you're about to do.
But you can't stop yourself from doing it.
Pretty much, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's not like this fog. It's not this state of like,
Okay.
you know, it's completely understanding everything that's about to go on, but it's still doing it. Anyway.
That's actually how I get you to podcast with me.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
So many times I'm like, I don't feel like it. Well, I guess I'm gonna go.
Yep.
So.
Got you, bitch.
Yeah. So this is such the fucking theater kid in me. She said, because during this show, I like doing it up, you know, a little bit, and I like getting laughs. So I was like, oh, I'm getting some laughs. This is awesome, right? And then so at the end, she gave me like the big one. She's like, we'll play this. You're gonna be Napoleon Dynamite at the end of the, you know, and so like Canned Heat gets on. So everyone's sitting, and then like, because everyone gets their own little thing at the end of. Like they get like a big thing to do, and then everyone's sitting behind me, and then the song starts playing, and like stand up, and like so I walked in the middle of the stage, and all I see was like me in the middle of the stage with an audience, like a big audience, and like I play it up. Like at first he doesn't start just dancing because like most people would just start dancing crazy, but I was like I had the Napoleon Dynamite picture in my head, so I stand with the hands in my pocket, and I tap my feet at first, and I got some like woos. So it gave me confidence, and then I remembered like the dance moves, and like then Beat It came on, and I started doing Michael Jackson stuff. The whole point of this, because you said if you hear Billie Jean, I don't know how to do the moonwalk though. Okay. But the whole point is.
You can do a bad one.
I can't even do a bad one. I thought I knew how to dance at that moment, maybe because I was hypnotized.
Definitely because you're hypnotized.
But I super hammed it up, and I was getting like fucking was, and then at the fucking end. We all sat back down in the showing, and we were like walking back towards the state fair. People were coming up to me saying, "Oh my god, that was a good job, man!" They were congratulating me on being hypnotized.
And that means nothing.
No, it doesn't.
Because like, it wasn't really me.
I was the one dancing.
Yeah.
I did. She didn't tell me what dance moves to do. I was the one performing.
All right.
She said you got to dance to it. She didn't say how.
Uh-huh.
She didn't like give me moves. Right. I wasn't like Pinocchio.
Right, so it's like if you were like to say the lines written by someone else. It's like if a very funny comedian gave you the lines and say, "Hey, good joke you created."
That's not. I did create those the dance moves. I performed them. I was very proud of myself.
You what's your story? Ed Sheeran and Marvin Gaye. So the state of Marvin Gaye, what they do here? What they do? What's going on here? What's happening?
So they're suing Ed Sheeran.
Okay, suing Ed Sheeran.
For Let's Get It
For
On.
Hypnotizing him.
For hypnotizing Ed Sheeran. So they're saying Ed Sheeran's song "Thinking Out Loud."
Okay.
Right? Can you sing it for a little bit?
And I wish I was a moaning.
Oh, I do like that song. Tell me we belong together. No. It's a one man.
Oh, okay.
It's
Edwin
McClain.
Yeah.
Edwin
McClain.
Shoulder.
Yeah, right. That's how it goes. Thinking Out Loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So Thinking Out Loud is darling. Okay.
Yeah,
so anyway,
they're
saying, that was plagiarized. Okay. But Let's Get It On. Now, for those of you listening, you're imagining Let's Get It On. Yeah. Yep. And you're imagining Thinking Out Loud, and you're probably thinking that they sound nothing alike.
Okay.
Right? But what the estate is suing them for is there's 4-chord progression in the song.
Ooh.
And they're saying
what are the chords?
A, C, D, E.
Oh, okay. Did you just make that up, or is that really the chords?
I made it up.
Okay, nice.
Damn, I should have just.
I believe it.
I don't know. So they're saying that 4-chord progression is from Let's Get It On.
Okay.
And Ed Sheeran actually just went on the stand saying, basically almost not denying that the chords are the same, but saying, well, yeah, like pop music has a foundation. You don't own these 4 chords like this progression. Who cares? And they're saying, no, this is where you got it from. So I heard both songs, and I know we listened to it before the podcast.
Yeah.
And I see it, all right. I hear those.
I totally did actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear that progression, but my stance is kind of like Ed's, where he's like, well,
Whoa.
yeah,
Ed's?
Well, that's his name.
Are you on a first name basis with this guy?
I could be. You don't
Jeez.
know. You don't know.
All right.
Yeah, where he's saying, listen, like like I said, pop music, like
Yeah.
and he named a few other songs that were like, well, yeah, but this song also has this progression. This song also has this progression. So like, why you picking on me? You know what I mean? Type of thing. So one of the funnier things though, he was on the stand, you know, explaining this stuff, like, yeah, because they brought up the point that even in a concert he did a mashup of Let's Get It On and the Thinking song, and his song in concert. He's like, well, what, in front of 20,000 people, I'd be the biggest idiot in the world to do this if I thought I was plagiarizing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then
that's just like mocking you in the face.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And then he brought up the point like, hey, I never even heard Let's Get It On before I wrote this. He said the first time I even heard this song was because of Austin Powers.
Okay.
Now,
Ed.
So, I mean, there are lots of people that haven't heard old songs.
Never heard Let's Get It On. It was a freaking M&M commercial, or was it? What was it? It was.
Right. Well, what was that?
I don't know, but I do remember the commercial.
Yeah.
It was some sort of candy.
But yeah, he claimed that he hadn't even heard
it. Sex.
The
sex candy. Yeah.
Like I Love Sex and Candy.
Oh, hey, there you go. There's another '90s song.
Okay. So yeah, I found that a little.
Not like sex and candy.
That wasn't the melody.
Well,
it's I Love Sex and Candy.
It was plagiarized. It wasn't I Like Sex and Candy.
Yeah, I like it. he eats candy, then has sex. Or maybe have sex and then eat some candy.
Yeah.
Because it's sex and candy.
Right.
Yeah.
Always having sex with candy.
Wait, so who's that?
And candy's not a girl.
Then what does he say? Who's that drowning in my hair?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, so I found that funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I
never heard Let's Get It On.
I know who hasn't. I feel like everyone has. But who?
It was Austin Powers that brought it to.
I didn't even hear it till Austin Powers. It's like okay.
I don't know.
But again, there's a lot of young kids that like when I name some songs are like what? I didn't.
Sure, but how young is Ed? He's got to be like 30 now.
Yeah, 30 something, but that's still
Come on, Let's Get It On. That's classic.
You would feel like he knows Marvin Gaye.
This guy knows music.
Right.
Yeah.
You would think that, right?
Right.
So I did bring up before the time ends. I did bring up a list of this list says the 10 most famous plagiarized songs. So I want to hear if you know some of these. Okay.
Sure.
So the number one is actually another Marvin Gaye song.
Because that's what's gonna bring up.
Yes. Which I wanted to bring up too. So Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke and Pharrell. They were sued by Marvin Gaye's estate as well.
They should have been sued by the Me Too movement for the video.
Oh boy.
Forget the.
We're not talking about that. Listen to me.
Look, man, that's a very sexist video.
So it's a bananas video. It's like, hey, relax, Robin. Take a breath, dude.
Yeah.
We get it. Like we fucking understand.
Yeah, your dad was Alan Thicke.
Well, and
we get it.
That song is funny. Like the song in general, like the lyrics and then the blurred lines. It's a pretty fucked up song. It's
you know you want it.
It's like an old school '90s like love R&B song.
Right.
So
seriously. Let me say though that I did not know who Robin Thicke was until that song came out. Honestly, because I just didn't follow his music.
Right.
And when I heard that song, I was like, seriously, that is the son of the Growing Pains dad?
What? For sure. What was funny is Jesse felt that same way. I remember. She didn't, not necessarily that she knew it was the son of the Growing Pains dad, but when she was like, she saw him and she goes, that's the guy that sings Blurred Lines? I was like, yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's just fucking bananas.
Okay, so to that song we're right now.
So Blurred Lines.
Is the Marvin Gaye estate just so happy?
I know, they're like, listen.
It's like, what the hell?
You had an A sharp. What's another?
Sure.
An A hashtag chord.
Sure.
No, you played a G in this song.
An A to the third.
Yeah, you played a G.
We own G.
Yeah. It's just like, give me a break.
Gaye, Marvin Gaye. It begins with a G. Anytime you play a G chord, we get money.
Yeah, so they got sued for "Got to Give It Up," right, or Split Lines and "Got to Give It Up,"
Yeah.
which I heard. I can definitely
The
hear that.
feel. It's the
Even
feel of the song.
the percussion at the bottom of it, it sounds dead on. "Got to Give It Up." So the next one,
I will say this: the first time I heard that song,
don't-
I was thinking, remember Marvin Gaye.
right,
I
absolutely.
heard
But
that.
the percussions under it sound dead on.
Where I did not think that with the Ed Sheeran.
No. You don't. If you really listen to it, yes, you can hear the chord, but you don't really.
Right. If no one brought that up to me,
Right.
I wouldn't have
No,
thought that.
me either, for sure.
Because I mean, the melody is completely different.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound
Yeah.
like it. But so the next one is "My Sweet Lord" by George Harrison.
Yes.
This one you know a little bit about, right? So George Harrison was sued.
Yeah, with the chiffons. He's so fine.
Yeah. So do you hear that in those two songs, "My Sweet Lord" and
He's so fine, do-lang, do-lang, do-lang.
Yeah.
My sweet Lord, do-lang, do-lang.
So it fits.
Because he said do-lang.
Oh shit, he shouldn't have sang that "Dulang" part.
Why did he say do-lang for the My Sweet Lord? That's a weird thing.
So I kind of, but not
Yeah,
really.
it's a reach.
So the other one I didn't hear about, I haven't heard about before is "Creep" by Radiohead.
Okay.
Radiohead was sued by the Hollies for the song "The Air That I Breathe."
No, I don't bounce
You don't hear that one either? Okay.
Sometimes all I need is the... How's that creep?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that creep?
I don't hear
No.
Creep either. "Come Together" by the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry's
That's, I mean,
estate.
they love Chuck Berry.
They're all about the blues.
Yeah.
One of their influences was Chuck Berry.
Huge.
Yeah.
And it's just because of the line. Here come old flat top.
Yeah, and because that's
That's it.
in the Chuck Berry song, he says, "Here come on flat top," and then obviously in "Come Together," "Here come on flat top."
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like the Chuck
No,
Berry
no,
song.
right, just literally.
Because every Chuck Berry song, he plagiarized himself.
Right.
Every Chuck Berry song.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh, where did I hear that riff before?
Oh, from the other Chuck Berry
the
song.
other Chuck Berry, fucking
No,
Mark.
seriously, like they do sound very similar.
Yeah, right.
Can you get in trouble for plagiarizing yourself?
I know, it's so funny. So what I'm hearing is Chuck Berry is overrated.
No,
That's what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, in my opinion, Chuck Berry is the king of rock and roll.
I get it. Yeah, and obviously the Beatles
Sorry,
like that.
Elvis.
Yeah, it was almost like
Berry.
there's so many like Biggie Smalls lines in Jay-Z songs. But
Okay.
Jay-Z says like it's like a little throw to Biggie.
Okay, sure.
Like so I can see the Beatles giving a little throw to Chuck Berry. Like here,
Of
come
course.
on.
Well, yeah, but they were.
Yeah,
it's
right.
not,
Yeah, it's not a plagiarism.
Right.
It's a hey, here's like we like Chuck Berry.
Yeah,
We're gonna
for
throw
sure.
a little Easter egg in our song.
There you
You
go.
know? The funny one is the "Stairway to Heaven." So Randy Wolf, formerly Randy California.
Wow.
That was his name.
He plagiarized the state.
No, he sued Led Zeppelin.
He sued California.
For copyright infringement in "Stairway to Heaven." So the funny thing is, this happened in 2014, right? So when Stairway, I argued this a little earlier, but "Stairway to Heaven" is arguably the most famous song in the world. Even people that haven't heard it know "Stairway to Heaven,"
Not Ed Sheeran.
except for Ed Sheeran. And then this.
Wait. Stairway is mentioned in Wayne's World. So he probably would, because he follows Mike Myers.
But Randy Wolf decides in 2014, like.
Hey, by the way.
You know what? This is about 45 years, 50 years too late. But Led Zeppelin plagiarized me. So there's some other ones. I'll finish up with this. Ghostbusters theme song by Ray Parker Jr. Huey Lewis says, "Hey, I Want a New Drug" came out, and you copied "I Want a New Drug."
And we were both kind of skeptical, but then we just listened to
We
it.
heard it.
We're
I hear it. I don't think plagiarism, but I'm like, there's some similarities.
Sure.
Bittersweet Symphony by the Verve. They were sued.
Stones. Big thing.
Yeah.
Huge thing.
Yeah. I Won't Back Down.
And that's stupid, because it wasn't even it was the orchestration someone took of the Stones anyway.
Right. It's really weird.
Yeah.
The people are reaching. Another one is Sam Smith got sued for "Stay With Me" because it said it plagiarized "I Won't Back Down," and I won't back down, and then "Stay With Me."
No,
It's like
don't see it.
So "Under Pressure" by Queen.
What?
David Bowie's by Queen and David Bowie. David Bowie's 1981 song "Under Pressure" was a result of a collaboration with Queen,
Uh-huh.
but neither party claimed songwriting credits as a release. having written the track alone in his Berlin studio. Bowie did not credit himself for writing the single because he had taken cocaine while recording it.
Okay, awesome.
It's like I
Rock
can't take pressure. Under the questioning of the song's publisher, Bowie later admitted that he had written under pressure.
So what would have possibly?
I don't know where the plagiarism comes in because he said in 2016, David Bowie and Queen pursued legal action against rapper Vanilla Ice.
What? But no, that song is completely different. Because look,
it goes.
Because they go dun 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 dun.
And I go
dun 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 dun. Right? There's that completely different.
So fun. Yeah. So Vanilla Ice is we get dum 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 Ice Ice Baby. That's funny. David Bowie was part of that lawsuit. He's like, actually, I did write under pressure.
The cocaine's cleared.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Okay. Anyway.
Awesome.
So Ed Sheeran's actually taking the stand as we speak, so we don't know what it's going to happen.
Currently, right now, as we speak.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Tonight.
Wow.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, he's someone I can fall asleep to.
I mean, there's like a couple good songs, I guess.
No, he's fun.
Yeah, I think he's talented and he's
He's a good kid, even if he doesn't know who Marvin Gaye is. Okay, here we go.
Literally just doesn't know who he is.
Who's
Marvin Gaye?
Yeah, my God. I'm sorry, I don't buy that defense right there.
He shouldn't have said that.
It's like a tweaky defense. It's so stupid.
Yeah, he could have got by with a lot of other things.
Yeah, I never heard. Let's get shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, give me 15 minutes on the clock, please, sir.
Another 15 minutes. Second story. Here we go.
So mine's also music related.
Oh,
so
fun.
This is this dude. His name's Adam. Adam Faze.
Ooh, fancy name.
Sounds like it's a fake name.
I know.
It's
just like Robert California. No, what's his name? Ronnie California.
Ronnie California.
Wolf.
Danny California.
Danny.
He plagiarized the Chili Peppers, or the Chili Peppers plagiarized him.
Whatever.
I don't know. Okay, so this Adam, he kept hearing the same song on Spotify. Okay, and would just play over and over again. I see that's not crazy, like radio play. They play the hits.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah, many times a day they'll play the same song.
Right, you hear so many times, right?
Yeah.
Super annoying.
Yeah, every 2 hours you're like, oh, this one again.
This one again.
Yeah, that's why I don't listen to the radio anymore. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I get it. But I used to love that though when I was younger.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
When we didn't have access to music like we do today.
Yeah, to literally every song ever made.
Right.
I can just hit a button and play it. Yeah.
In the old days, folks.
Yeah, yes.
You'd have to listen. And like I would have a cassette tape.
And you had to get ready for your song.
Record it.
Yeah, and you would have to sit there by the radio, and when it came up, you go, oh shit,
that's the song.
And then you record it.
Right.
Yep. That was fun.
In a way, I kind of miss that.
In some ways, I get it. Yeah, the nostalgia, but that's nostalgia. Nostalgia makes you miss some shit that wasn't good in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, or shows, you're like, oh man, I love that show. Then you rewatch it, you're like, well, this isn't funny at all.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Communism.
You miss it?
Yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cold
War. Yeah. The only thing I like cold is my cold cuts.
In my cold dead hands.
Cold cuts and my cold dead hands and my cold beer.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. This song that kept playing was very annoying.
Okay, to him.
Okay, to him.
Yeah.
And it only lasted it was like under a minute.
So it sounds like a commercial, like when commercials come on, you're like,
that's really annoying.
Fucking enough of this commercial. Anyway.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. It was he looked to see the name of the song that kept coming on, but it was always different.
Oh, I love it. They were trolling him. They're like, fucking Richard is listening to this. We're gonna say a different song name this time.
No, so he kept hearing this song, but every time he looked at it, it was under a different title, but it was the same song.
That's so funny.
Okay, so this is some of the titles of the song.
Okay, let's go.
Here's the songs. Trumpet, Bubble Fig, or Buble Fig. It could be Buble Fig. Trumpet, Buble Fig.
Got it.
The Proud Dewdrop Amulet.
Okay. What song is this?
Thorn Cutter.
Thorn Cutter.
Viper Beelzebub.
What?
Whomping Clover.
This is not real.
And one more.
Okay.
Etc. Etc.
Etc. Etc. That's funny.
These were all listed as the same song you kept hearing.
That's so funny. Okay. They're completely made up. Okay, but go ahead. This is
so. But then, if you were to click the song, you find like the writer of the song. It was all different.
Okay, got it.
It wasn't even. It didn't credit the same. It was like new person. So these were how the heck can this be happening? So this guy Adam, he started compiling a playlist, and he added each time you heard that song, he added to the playlist.
I like this guy.
So when he finally finished it, he found he had 49 versions
of this same song.
of the same song, but under 49 different titles.
So weird.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I know, right?
Okay.
So he thought this was like yes, the place is called
Like a bug in the system or something.
maybe. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he titled it, and I kind of we should find it. This would be fun for. Maybe I should put this somewhere.
Did he make
on
his
our
own
socials.
Spotify playlist?
He did. So it's called
Oh,
"These Are
that's
All the Same Songs."
So good. That's very smart of him. I like that.
That's the name of the
This
playlist.
guy's funny. Okay.
These are all the
I
same
like
songs.
it. Okay, this guy's good.
So, and even has like the album, like Marquis Stark.
Mhm.
That's the album.
Right.
Sand Pond Bog.
This is they're doing like what are they called when you take a word and you mix up the words to make up another word? Not anagrams, but you know what I'm saying? Where like I am Lord Voldemort is Tom Riddle.
Oh
Right?
yeah, okay.
Right? You know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it sounds like they have the same artist, but they're just like jumbling the
Sure,
words
sure.
and getting the different names for artists and songs and stuff. And it's clearly not even English. It's like a new language. All those names of those songs are just like a different language.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And the names of the people.
Right.
Like they're from like a Tolkien book or something.
Yes, no, it is. So there's another Twitter user. He was alerted by this. He discovered another 10 songs
Jesus Christ.
that were all the same, but under different titles. So it turns out that they think that Spotify was pushing the tracks very
Right.
aggressively,
Right.
right? So the thing they're saying is that there's a thing now going where there's these AI
Oh.
generated songs.
It's an AI. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So the mostly like this one was just 53 seconds, and it says it just wasn't good either.
Right.
So they're wondering why is this happening. So there's a
Yeah.
couple theories to
Okay,
think about,
okay.
right? So for one, they think that maybe it's just the way that Spotify can make a little
Extra.
money, because if it's an AI artist,
Right. They don't play royalties and shit.
you don't need to pay as much.
Yeah. Like thanks for. Interesting. Okay, got it. You're not paying out to anybody necessarily.
Right, unless your AI sounds like Marvin Gaye.
The AI made the same.
If it sounds like Marvin Gaye, then you got the Marvin Gaye estate's gonna call you up and say, "Hey, wait a minute,
Well, there's a lot now. Like they just.
we
took-
want
they,
Diffle Doug Bumblebear."
They just took a Drake and the Weeknd song down, and
Yes.
it sounded really good. It sounded like Drake and the Weeknd collaborated on a
Yes,
song.
I heard about this. Yes.
Completely made from AI, and it sounds like a Drake and the Weeknd song.
And they took it down
Yeah, they took it down, and
at the request of one of the artists.
well, I don't know if it was like where it was posted. It's like it just violates some copyright law because they didn't say to put it up. So I don't know necessarily that Drake and the Weeknd got involved. And maybe they would have if it went on a little longer. There's some comments and some below. There were some like indie artists that are like a little bigger than indie, but like people knew them. But they're like, if someone makes a song with me, fucking do it. We'll just split royalties. Like,
Right, sure.
because I didn't do any work and I'm getting money for it, so fucking use my voice. And how would you feel about that? So would you, as an artist, you want obviously you want to make your own music and stuff.
Right.
But if you got big enough where someone created a song, an AI generated song, with your voice, would you say, "Hey man, that's not me, take it down," or would you go, "Well, fuck it, if we split royalties, go ahead"?
So I think that's a couple things.
Right.
One, if you're big enough,
Right.
you're like, "Hey,
It doesn't matter. Just extra income for you.
well, maybe," or like you're big enough, I don't need that. Take it down. I want my artistic
Oh,
integrity.
I got you.
Or you are really care about your artistic integrity.
Sure.
And you're like, "No, that doesn't matter."
Right.
Or if you're just like most of us, where you just say you have artistic integrity, but
Right.
when the money comes, like, "Oh, take it."
Yeah.
Because look, as we found out here, even David Bowie,
Mm-hmm.
who was at the time was like, "No, too much coke."
Don't put my name on it.
And then in 2016, he's like, "You know what?
I wrote this.
Guy, didn't he die just a few years after, or around that time?"
Yeah, because it was 2016.
So maybe he's like,
This is I gotta get some money for my kids.
I can't sing.
Yeah, it was not that far after.
I feel like that's around.
It was pretty close.
He
Yeah.
got saved. It was like he and Prince were really close.
Well, there was that year
Yeah.
the year that Bowie died. It was Prince, but it was like 3 big ones in a row.
Yeah.
It was like Prince, Bowie, and one other one. It was like, what the fuck is happening? It was that was like a big 4 months, 5 months, somewhere around
It
there.
might have been one of these Spotify artists.
No, that killed him.
No, that died
No.
that year. Maybe it was Istamia Gordard. Was it that name?
Again, a Tolkien character. So wait, you didn't answer. Would you be okay with it? I think I would embrace it because I think as long as
you bring awareness to other things.
Well, yeah, and yeah, for sure, and I do think. I mean, as long as it's people know it's AI generated, as long as they're not pretending that I sat and recorded it, I'll kind of embrace it because for one, I think my audience would know like, well, that's cool, but it's not like if the song sucked or something, you're like, well, you didn't write it. It's an AI thing, and I'm splitting royalties. But as long as that is noted, like as a writer, producer or whatever, if it's noted that it's AI generated, I wouldn't have that big a problem with it. I'd be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Thanks for the extra money,
Yeah. I mean,
because they're not pretending you created it, so your artistic integrity is still intact.
If they clearly specified,
right,
If they specified,
an AI Prince song, and Prince wouldn't like it, but as long as it's specified, like then why not? Because it's not like they're pretending you wrote it with them. But anyway.
Right. I mean, I guess it's a form of flattery.
Kind of, if you're big enough to get AI generated songs, then it's good on you. You're already big enough because you're not gonna AI generate some no name.
Didn't they just AI? Wasn't it something generated from Joe Rogan? Not too long ago.
Oh, I don't know. I
think he was pissed off about that.
I didn't see if they did.
Okay, I thought I heard a story about that.
Okay.
So, but anyway, but all these songs, So there's the people that made. So here's the artists behind the instrumental tracks. They're all instrumental tracks.
That's so funny.
Like Grack. You know the artist Grack? You don't know Grack?
Oh god.
Dude, he's huge in
Hogwarts.
In Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. In the Shire, he's got 2,100 monthly listeners.
He's huge in Middle Earth.
He's huge in Middle Earth. Really big in Middle Earth. They love him there. Monetarians. You've heard of the Monetarians?
That's that group of people from the Middle Earth. I'm just gonna have.
He's got like 980, and then Bones.
There you go, Bones. I know Bones.
He's not Harmony. There's no thugs in Harmony. Just Bones.
It's not David Boreanaz.
Just yes. It could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
He just go by Bones.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they all have these monthly listeners, and each time that you would check like the album title,
right.
They said like there was some attempt to try to make them look different. The album covers, but they're really bad.
Right, bad.
Yeah.
What is this? What's going on?
So that's what they're saying is they think that
it's a Spotify thing.
It's a Spotify thing. Well, because
these fucking bastards. So I don't listen to Spotify.
No, okay. Well, this is the thing. I guess Spotify is in Sweden, so a lot of the artists out there they say there's been a few that it's in Sweden.
Oh, got it.
So they think there might be some
right
thing happening there.
Something going on there. So are they gonna? Nothing's gonna come of this because, which sucks because it's like it's fucked up, right? To do this, and by the way, it's kind of a slap in our faces, right? Because look how easily this guy found it, right? And he tracked it. And he's like, here's 49 songs that are the same by different names, different artists,
right?
And it's just like a slap in your face, like fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, we're making our money. You know what I mean? They're streaming all this shit. It's fucking big corp, dude. Fucking big music. It's kind of bullshit.
So, and this is the thing. I mean, they're saying here. Here's the thing. This is just a theory,
right?
But it's a source. They claim that there's they think it's about like maybe 20 people,
right,
that are actually behind,
right,
all these groups,
generating this shit,
right. And they say many of them lived in Sweden,
right,
which is where Spotify is headquartered.
So,
I guess they're saying that this makes it hard though for actual artists to be discovered if these plays are being because they say that this came in this dude Adam was listening, and these songs were recommended.
Right. It's almost like maybe in conjunction with Spotify, right? So it's almost like a couple years ago, like obviously Twitter bots were the craze, like just pushing out information and like retweeting stuff and so it's almost like music.
Look! I think 90% of our followers are Twitter bots.
Oh,
even now.
For sure.
Even after
but they're not spitting out like Russian propaganda. So with this, it's like an artist or 20 artists, let's say, right?
You know, speaking about nostalgia, I really miss Russian propaganda.
Oh, I do miss that.
Okay.
I miss the old racist
I
Facebook.
know, right?
From 2020. But it sounds like 20 artists or 20 people, whatever.
Right.
They have their computer in front of them, and they are just like bombarding Spotify with their songs, but they're renaming the name of the song, name of the artist, and so this one song is multiplied by 1,000. And so yes, maybe this one artist can't get it played a million times, but 20, 50, 100 artists can get this played, but it's still going back to that person who created it,
right?
Which is interesting, and it's so funny. It's like it feels like everything started in 2020. All this bullshit, right? Where like everyone didn't have work, so they were looking for a fucking hustle. So they were trying to like scam this, scam that, find a way in, and it's almost harder work than just to go to work, right? But if you do it right, and they're just getting all these royalties coming in, and it's maybe worth it, right?
Well, the thing, the songwriters, the producers of these tracks, they're paid a fixed fee per track.
Right, absolutely.
And if it's there's a very low royalty, low advance, they can cash out and make so much money.
Right.
And Spotify doesn't have to pay the big artist.
They make some bold, because it's all instrumental, like you said, right?
Right. Yeah.
So they make some bold.
It's probably just soundtrack.
Well, that's what I mean. They bring up GarageBand, and they do like a universal. They just put some drums and keyboard behind something, generate it, get a whole bunch of Spotify accounts, and just spit it out. And then all of a sudden you got these streams. So instead of, like I said, if you do that and you found the algorithm as one artist, you get a couple thousand streams.
Right.
But you got, 20, 30 times 1,000. Now you're making, like $5,000 a month. Yeah. Just like spamming Spotify.
So I can understand though why these artists are upset, the actual artists, because I'm thinking about this. If people, again, why are people listening to this? Is my question.
Well,
like if it's not even that good.
Yeah, but see,
that's 53, 70 seconds long.
I
guess
it's probably gets you recommended, and then all of a sudden it starts, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
And by the time you change it, it's already too late.
Yeah, and you already listened to a certain percentage of that song, so you're like, "Boom, stream." Because you listen to half of it, because you listen to 20 seconds, you're like, "What is this?"
And then at that point, there's only 30 seconds left. So like,
or you finish it, or it's already checkmarked on Spotify that it was a stream. And that's how the short song. That's how YouTube Shorts, TikTok, like
But I would be pissed off as an artist to lose to that myself.
Well, right, absolutely. That's the
same as like with the podcast. Like I'm pissed off. Like if we were like, AI podcast.
Yeah, and we probably could do an AI probably could make a better podcast than us. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Shut up.
But this is becoming like an.
Hold on, wait. Look at this watch.
Oh, shut up.
I'm gonna. Okay.
This is becoming like an age-old debate, right? Where in let's say from the 80s on, even 70s on, artists, actors, there were more famous ones because if you were good, you're good. But it was harder to get noticed because you didn't have an outlet to create things yourselves. You'd had but now. They're saying, anybody could buy a microphone and a guitar and put his shit up on YouTube and be really good, but it's harder to be found now because you're drowned. Like there's a sea of entertainment out there to find. So how do you find it?
Dude, there's only like 3 million podcasts out there. I know you're talking about.
Well, and that's what that's what I mean, right? It's like, so, like, usually I do believe, like, the cream rises to the top normally, right?
Hey, that's a callback to one of our titles of our shows.
Boom. I do believe it with Mark, right?
Yeah, that's what
so I do believe that, but there's just so much out there now. It's just like, how do I get seen?
It's a giant mug. It's a giant mug of coffee. That cream will take a long time to get up. It will get up eventually. It's just really big.
Well, so let me ask you, when you're making coffee and you pour cream in it, does it rise to the top, or isn't it just in the coffee?
It gets coagulated.
There's not
really gross.
There's just not a layer of cream.
No.
I guess that's like, if you're making cream and you're churning it, that's butter. See, what cream rises to the top? And cream's thicker than the liquid.
Oh, that's the cream. Okay, any takeaways? Chris, any takeaways?
Oh boy. I don't know, man. I guess don't fuck with Marvin Gaye's estate, man.
Hell no.
Apparently, if you make any type of music, you're getting sued.
Yeah.
Any type of music.
Yeah.
And also, these stories about this Spotify thing, it's just like I said, it's another hustle.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, people will do anything other than work, and I get it. I guess I don't want to work either.
I mean, they're probably gonna tell us next that COVID was some sort of fake pandemic thing, right? Not even a real thing.
Don't even start.
Whoa.
Don't even start.
Okay. So my takeaway is, I think we just gotta start trademarking the chords. Like if somebody can just trademark a chord,
you
can make so much money.
Yeah, like can you just like patent chord progressions now and be like, well, you can't play these chords in a row.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my song.
But really, honestly, I think the Marvin Gaye estate should just
sue
Spotify for everything.
Oh, it sounds like that.
That is a note of music. We own that.
Ain't no mountain high enough. That sounds just like it. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. That's what we got going, and don't get sued.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Thank you. All right. Turn the air on. Holy shit! It's hot.
Oh my god. All right. Well, let's stop this. You can actually on the big one here. You can stop the live there. Holy moly!
Just with the X.
Yeah, sure.
And you're